Hello everyone, welcome to oliveboard. Very good morning to all of you guys. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. Just anyone, just confirm once if I'm properly audible and visible to all of you. Am I audible as well as visible to all of you? I hope so. I hope I'm properly audible as well as visible to all of you guys. Right? Chalo. So as we were doing, so I'm back after a few days. I was on leave for a few days. So like the YouTube classes were also on hold for a couple of days. So now let's continue. So we were doing time and work like problems. So just to give you guys an idea for those who are joining us for the first time. So in this series, these are very short classes. These are very short classes. Okay. And in these classes, what we are actually doing, we are actually doing some very basic stuff. So absolute foundation level we are learning. Absolute foundation level we are learning. We are building some understanding around each like we are taking one chapter at a time and we are understanding the chapter in a much comprehensive manner. Okay. And after each and every chapter, we'll be having some free practice sessions as well. Okay. So after each and every chapter is done, every week we are conducting free practice sessions. But please understand this practice session is completely free, but that is being conducted on app. Whereas the classes are being conducted on YouTube. Classes are being conducted on YouTube, and the relative like the relevant practice session, the corresponding practice session, that is getting conducted, that is absolutely free, but that will like to access that you need to download the app and like join the live class. So that's the agenda. So again, these classes are for absolute beginners. So if you are someone who is just starting his or her preparation, please, these classes will be very helpful to you. Okay. So most of the type we have already covered in time and work. So we have started with time and work. We have done most of the types. So the only like few types are left. So today the type that we'll cover that is few people are joining or leaving. Okay. So this is also LCM type problem only. This is also a LCM type problem. So this is very commonly asked. This type of question is very commonly asked. So we will understand how can we better approach this topic. So we'll understand the approaches for this particular type of question. Okay, how can this particular type of question be approached? Perfect. Now let's straight away move into one of the questions. It will give us a clearer understanding, a better understanding. Okay, so first of all, these type of questions are generally lengthy looking. Okay, it looks very lengthy. Because in these questions they need to give you a story. Very story based questions these are. So they have to give you some story in order to like give you the like the what is going on and what you need to do. And please understand, your approach will also be the same. Meaning like what I always say to my students, ki whenever you see this story na, just go with it. Just go with it. Whatever they are telling you in the story, just follow that particular story. You will see after 2, 3, 4 lines, your like problem is done. You have solved the problem. Please understand. Always what you do, again, because these questions are a little bit on the lengthier side when you look at it from the outside, because they are giving you some story. This is happening, this person joins, then this person leaves, and this happens, that happens, and whatnot. So please understand, as they are giving you a story, So your job also is to use that story to your advantage. You are getting my point. If you can use that particular story in your advantage, you will see you are getting the job done in a very easy manner. So these questions are never going to be very difficult if you can think like this. Okay. So there are multiple now. There are multiple ways, multiple shortcuts also. Okay. You can think a little bit on from the opposite end to make it a little bit, say, one line, two line shorter. But again, when you are learning, I'm again giving you the hint ki go with the whatever story they have given you. Perfect. Moving on to the question. This is the first question from CGL 2018 pre. Everyone. The ratio of efficiencies of A, B and C, 3 persons. I have not taken very basic level questions because we have done already a few very good level questions on time and work. So I'm hoping if you have done the class, like all the classes on of time and work, so by now your concept will be like little bit on the firmer side, right? Now, so I have straight away have taken a question based on 3 persons. So the ratio of the efficiency is 7 is to 5 is to 8. Working together, they can complete a piece of work in 42 days. Perfect. B and C worked together for 21 days and the remaining work was completed by A alone. The whole work was completed in how many days by looking at the options? That is the simple question. That is the very simple question. Please understand. Please understand. Now, meaning after this 21 days, when B and C work together, after these 21 days or from 22nd day, this B and C has left. Only A is doing because this word alone is there. Meaning from 22nd day onwards, 22nd day, 21 days are all gone. 22nd day onwards, only A is working. Only A is working, nobody else is working, right? So 7 is to 5 is to 8. So let's start with this. Okay, sir, A, B and C. So ratio is given. So 7 is to 5 is to 8. Simple. So sir, let's understand one thing. So I take, sir, A is doing 7 units of work every day. These are the efficiencies. 7 units of work, B is doing 5 units of work, C is doing 8 units of work every day. These are the efficiencies, these are the units of work each of them are doing every day. And if they work together, they can complete the whole work in 42 days. So the total work can I figure out from here? The total work means they all are working, meaning every day they can work 7 plus 5 plus 8 if they work together, because A will do 7 units, B will do 5 units, C will do his own 8 units. So total they will do 7 plus 5 plus 8. Now this is for one day and total work they are completing in 42 days. So total work will be this much. So 7 plus 8, this is a 15 plus 5 is 20. So 20 into 42. So 42 twos are 84. So 840 units is the total work, sir. Meaning, if they want to complete the work, whatever story they are giving, A is doing, B is doing, C is doing, A and B are doing, whatever, they have to complete 840 units of work because that is our total work. Whatever they are doing, they need to complete this much. Now, if this much is clear, now B and C has worked for 21 days. B and C means B 5 and 8. So B and C in 21 days. So what? So they have worked for 21 days. So how much work will be remaining? So remaining work. So total was 840 minus total work was 840, sir, minus whatever work B and C have done. So B and C have done how much? So B and C can do 5 plus 8 units in one day and they have done it for 21 days. So if you calculate 840 minus 8 and 5, that is a 13. 13 into 21, sir. 13 times 21, sir. So this much work is left. This much work is left. So this much work will be done by whom? Achha, let's calculate. Let's calculate. So 840 minus 13 into 21. Let's understand how can we calculate this faster. 13 into 21. Can I write 13 into 20 plus 13? Understand? Think like this. Okay, sir, 13 plus 13 plus 13. 13 into 21 means 13 plus 13 plus 13 as 21 times. 21 times like this. So can I say 13 into 20 meaning 20 times 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 113 extra. So 13 20s are, we all know 260. 13 2s are 260. So plus 13 means it will be 273. It will be 273. So 840 minus 273. 840 minus 273. Again calculation. 300 to 840 is 540. 300, take this as 300. 300 to 840 is 540. 540, and again how much should I go behind? 300, 273. 273 and 23 is 300. So 27, right? 27. So 540 plus 27 is 567. So 567 units of work is still to be done. And who will do that? Sir, A will do that. A is doing 7 units of work every day. A is doing 7 units. So time, how much time A will take? Sir, 567 by 7. 7 8s are this thing, 7 81 days. 81 days. Now. Do not mark 81 as answer. In this case, the 81 is not there even in the options. But if it was there, please do not make that mistake. They are asking the whole work was completed. So your answer will be 81 days, so A will take. And before that, B and C has worked for 21 days, so you have to add it, no? So your answer will be 102 days, that is option number 3. Because total, you have to calculate the number of days for both of them. You have to calculate the number of days for both of them. Absolutely clear this? Makes sense to everyone? It makes sense to everybody? Yes? Makes sense to everyone? Absolutely clear? Correct? Chalo. Next one. Next question then. CPO 2018 pre-question. Very, very, very interesting question. So again, that someone will leave, someone will join, and that sort of thing. A can do a work in 30 days. B can do the same in 48 days. Now, please understand one thing. This is given. Whereas in the previous problem, the ratio was given and the total number of days were given. Now, please understand why these informations are given to us. You will understand this one when you practice. So these informations are given to us so that we can find this line, the total work. Because we need efficiencies. So we need our efficiencies, and from this ratio we can figure out our, you see. So we need our total work and we need our efficiency. From this ratio we can figure out efficiency, and using the number of days we can figure out our total work. Whereas the same thing they are asking us to find by giving us this information. A can do this in 30 days, B can do this in 48 days. So meaning now, before even you read the remaining part, figure that much out. What do you need to figure out? Efficiency of A and B. Efficiency of A and B and total work. These two things you figure out first. Sir, what is total work? What is total work according to LCM method? Sir, LCM method is saying total work is the LCM of time. So time is 30 days and 48 days. So 30 and 48. 30 and 48. Right? 30 and 48 is the time. Now let's figure out the LCM. I told you guys, always take the bigger number. How to calculate LCM of you can say mentally. In my paid batches, I have already discussed in detail how to calculate, do this in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, how you can, So in the LCM HCF chapter itself, I've discussed in detail how to calculate this LCM in a very short manner, 10-15 seconds at most. Simple logic, you see. 48 times 5 is how much? 48 times 5. Sir, it is multiplied by 2, it is divided by 2. So this is 240. So 240 is divisible by 30. Yes, 240 is your LCM. 240 units. Now you might say, sir, how did you know? Sir, we needed to multiply this by 5. Now for that, that is what I've explained in the class. So just to give you guys an idea. So there is 0 here. There is a 0 over here. That means if this LCM has to be divisible by 30, that means the LCM must end with a 0 only. Because the LCM must end with a 0, and 48 itself is divisible by 3. So we don't need to take care of 3. We just need to take care of that 0. So the minimum multiple of 48, which gives us a 0 at the end, is 5. So that is why multiplied with 5. Okay. So 240 units is the total work. Now, so from here, figure out the efficiencies of A and B, please. Sir, A is doing 240 units in 30 days. So efficiency, sir, 8 units a day. Efficiency, sir, 8 units a day. Right? 240 units in 30 days, like every day, 8 units. Sir, B is doing the same. B is doing the same units in 48 days. These 240 units. 240 units in 48 days. Sir, efficiency, sir, 5 units a day. 5 units a day. 240 divided by 48. Now, this much is done. Now, please understand this information, this first 2 lines is there to like kind of poke you. Here, figure this out. You see, we have figured out our total work TW and we have figured out our efficiencies in this thing. So, these 2 things are common. You have to always figure this out. Excuse me. Now the real question starts. Excuse me. Now, the story actually starts. After working alone for 20 days, A left. Now, read between the lines. This line is saying actually A has worked alone for 20 days. Please understand. This line is actually saying, simplify this, A has worked alone for 20 days. Can I say this? Yes, absolutely so. In 20 days, A will do how many units of work? Sir, 8 units of work A is doing every day. So in 20 days, A will do 20 into 8, that is 160 units. This is done. This portion of the work is done. Now, A has left. A has gone. A is left. B started working. Now B will complete the remaining. So how long will B take to complete the remaining work? Now B will start working. So B need to complete how much? What is the remaining work? How much is the remaining work? So remaining total work is 240 units. Out of those 240, 160 units is done. So remaining is 240 minus 160, that is 80 units. These 80 units who will do? These 80 units B will do at a rate of 5 units a day. So how many days they will take? Sir, 80 divided by 5, that is 16 days. That is 16 days. So that is your answer. Option number 4, 16 days. Option number 4, 16 days. Very, very, very simple question. No rocket science over here. No rocket science whatsoever. Very, very simple question. I hope it is making sense to everybody. I hope this is making a complete sense to everybody. Now, next question we are moving on. Next question we are moving on. CHSL 2020 pre-question. Now, so very, again, I'm saying this to everybody. This is a very, very important type of question. Each and every exam, you see, we have done 3 questions. or so one was from CGL, one was from CPO, one was from CHSL. Every year, in many, like most of the shifts, you can expect to get a question on this particular subtopic. Okay, this type of question you should expect. Yes, I'll get at least one question from here. Now let's come. X can complete half of the work in 20 days. Y can do 1/5 of the same work in 10 days. Again, sir, this is given. Why? Sir, this is given to indicate ki figure out TW and efficiency. TW stands for total work. TW stands for total work. Now, just understand a little bit. Here they have kind of given you the information in a very subtle way. So the X can complete half the work in 20 days. So then full work, sir, 40 days. It's like that half plate thing. Half plate is 50 rupees. So full plate will be 100 rupees. Sir, Y can do 1/5 in 10 days. So full, sir, 50 days multiplied by 5, sir. So this is where you like these are the actual times you should take in order, like whenever you are calculating TW, because that is the complete time, that is the time to complete the entire job. You should not take the time to complete half or 1/5 of the job, right? So total work will be how much, sir? LCM of 40 and 50, because these are the times concerned. So that is a 200 units. That is a 200 units. 50 and 40, LCM of them is 200. Now second step, sir, so TW we figured, sir, efficiency. Sir, efficiency of A, efficiency of B. Sorry, not AB, it's XY, no. So it is X, it is Y. Sir, X is doing 200 units in 40 days. So efficiency, sir, 5 units a day. Sir, Y is doing 200 units in 50 days. Efficiency, sir, 4 units a day. Very, very simple logic. Now the real story starts. X started the work and left after 8 days. Read it like this. Again, I told you, read between the lines. Read it like this. X has worked for 8 days. Can I say this? X has worked for 8 days. Sir, X has worked for 8 days, meaning, sir, how much work will be done? Sir, 5 8s are 40 units. Can I say this? First 8 days, they have completed. X was working for 5 units a day. 5 into 8, 40 units done out of total 200 units. Then Y took over to complete the remaining work. So how much work is remaining? How much work is remaining, sir? 160 units. Sir, why 160? 200 units minus 40 units X has done already. So Y will do these 160 units. Now the total number of days. Achha, now let's figure out how much time Y will take. Sir, Y is doing 4 units a day. So in order to complete 160 units, Y will take, sir, 160 divided by 4, sir, 40 days. 40 days Y will take. 40 days Y will take. Now again a little bit problematic. Total number of days they are asking, sir, not the number of days Y will take. So do not mark this as answer. So that will be the worst mistake. So total will be Y is taking 40 days, but before that X has worked for 8 days. So your answer will be option number 4, which is 48 days. Your answer will be option number 4, which is 48 days. I hope this is absolutely clear to everyone. I hope this is absolutely clear to each and every one of you. Perfect. Now, next. Again a CGL 2021 pre-quiz. A and B, this will be the last question. A and B can do a work in 12 days and 18 days respectively. Achha, let's do one thing. This is a very similar question. So let's keep it for the practice session. Okay, I wanted to solve one question. Yes, chalo chalo chalo. Before the completion time. This is a very good question. 5-star question. This is a 5-star question. CGL 23 question. Okay. Many a times this type has already come in mains also. So please, please, please. I told you this is a beginner, like the basic foundation batch. But this is also foundation question. You need to understand how we are thinking. So there are two ways of like to approach this. One with a variable, one without a variable. So let's at least understand one type, the basic type with variable only. Okay. And in the practice session, we'll learn how to approach this without the variable itself. No rocket science is needed. Now, Benny can do a piece of work in 24 days. Chetan and David can do the same individually in 36 and 48 days respectively. So meaning, sir, 3 persons 24, 36, 48. Now, first things first, I told you this line is given for, like, this is the indicator. We figure out these two informations. TW efficiency. So TW will be, sir, LCM of time. LCM 24, 36, 48, sir. 48 threes are 144, 36 is also 144, no? 36 fours are, yes. Then 144 is the LCM. 144 units. So that means from here I can figure out the individual efficiencies. Sir, Benny is doing this 144 units in 24 days. So efficiency is 6 units a day. Right? Sir, Chetan is doing this thing in 36 days. So that means, sir, it is 4 units a day. 144 by 36. Sir, what about David? D is doing this in 48 days. So 48 threes are this. So 3 units a day. That is the efficiency of David. So we figured out each of their efficiencies. So our problem will start from here. So TW efficiency, both the things we have figured out. Now our real problem starts here. Now do not worry about anything. Let's read it. I'll give you that. All of them begin the work together. Perfect. However, Benny leaves the work 4 days before the completion of work. Now, please understand very significant thing. You see, in the last questions, in the previous questions, X started the work and left after 8 days. As the information was given like this, we could have deduced that X worked for 8 days. You understand my point? The difference. We could have said ki acha X left after 8 days, meaning X has worked for 8 days. For the first 8 days, X has worked. But this particular question, you see, Benny lives 4 days, not from the start, from before the completion of the work, meaning from the you can say the tail end of the problem. Perfect, everyone. So Benny has left not from the beginning but from the tail end. And Chetan also is doing the same thing, leaves the work 10 days before the completion of the work. Now, David worked till the end and completed the work. Find the number of days in which the work was complete. Now, there are 2 ways to think about this. I always say this. So, there are 2 ways. I told you already. If one is by taking a variable x, y, z, whatever, and another one is not by taking a variable. Okay. But as we are learning for the first time, let's take the variable. And in the practice session this week only, I'll show you how to do this without the variable. Just a excuse me. Just a very small thing. Very small thing. Like one-liner thing. Now I'm assuming find the number of days. Achha. Total T days they will take to complete the work. Okay. Just you see, I'll make the equation now. I'll make my equation now a single liner equation. Acha, what about Chetan? Benny. Benny worked for 4 days less. Can I say this? Because Benny has left 4 days before. Meaning if everybody was supposed to work for T days, Benny has worked for T minus 4 days. This is for Benny. This is for Benny. We are talking about B. Now B, each and every day B can do 6 units. So these many days B will do these many units. Now what about Chetan? C. So Chetan has worked 10 days less before the completion. So meaning T minus 10 for Chetan, because he was supposed to work for T days, he worked 10 days less. Sir, one day Chetan, if each and every day Chetan does 4 units. So total, sir, 4 times this. Sir, David is a good one. So T days, he worked for the whole, like till the end. So all of the T days. And he is doing 3 units a day. So 3 into T is the total work. Sir, if I take the total, all of them together did what? They have completed the total work, which is, sir, 144 units here. So this is our equation. This is our equation. Simply we can say, let's calculate. So T, 6 into T, 4 into T. If you add, it will be 10T. So I'm doing a little, 10T, I've missed this one. There is a 3T here also, no? 13T minus 6 4s are 24 and this is 40. So minus 64. It is 144. So 13T is equal to 144 plus 64. So 140 plus 60 is 200. This is 208. T is 208 divided by 30. Right? So 13 ones are this. 6 13s are 78. So total number of days, the value of T is coming out as 16. Which is my correct answer? Which is my correct answer? Absolutely clear. Very, 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 very simple question. Like nothing to be worried. So this was the equation. Now you might say, sir, again, why we have taken this? Why have we taken this? Like there was no requirement. There was no requirement of taking this, no. But yes, I always feel whenever you are learning, go with this, because again that goes with the approach that we have taken from the start. Go with the flow. Simple logic we are using throughout the questions. Whatever story they have given, you see, I told you in the beginning only, these type of questions are like, they do look lengthy, because they, like, the paper setter needs to give you a story. Otherwise, how will you follow it? So please use that story to your advantage. If you can do so, it will be like, you see the question looks bigger than the solution. In this question, you see the question looks bigger than the solution, right? No, there is another way of without taking the T. So in that case, I'm not going to give you the approach today, because that way like it may give you kind of khichdi pak sakta hai. So in that case, I'm just giving you a hint. Start from the tail end of the question. Total work is 144. Try subtracting from here. He said 4 units. So Benny has worked for 4 days less. So these many units you leave. So Chetan has worked for 10 days less. So these many units you leave. And you can think like this. But actual thinking, how can we solve this? I'll do this very same question in the practice session this week. It's a question from CGL 2023, a couple of years back only. Everyone, I hope you understood this topic. I hope you guys have understood this topic on a broad scale, comprehensively. Okay. So again, thank you so much for joining us, and definitely do join us for the like, if you are preparing for SSC and railway exams. So our as a railway Group D batch is also launching. So please do check out the app or the website for more details. Okay. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, please take care. Bye bye. Thank you so much.